we'll get another one there. Coffee. Can't get good coffee in the TAFE. Anyway, you can't get good help. Thanks, boys. First letter tonight. Prince William's mother, the beautiful Diana, was hounded to her death, and now they're starting it all over again in this generation with the publication of topless photos of Princess Kate. A royal watcher, not impressed with the media. I don't like the concept of marriage at all, says letter number 2. It was just an economic construct to divide up property when it started. Still doesn't like it. And that's about gay marriages. And the third letter tonight, how do I know if he's the right one? How do I know if I should say yes? We've never had a fight and he's waiting for my answer. All these letters and more coming up in Sweet and Sour.
We've taken you with us.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet.
Well, I survived the kidnapping. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. We got a terrific lineup from Crazy, Sexy, Cool with us tonight. Let's meet them all. First up, hello, Vanessa.
Hello.
Hello. What does Vanessa do when she's not crazy, sexy, cooling?
I'm a customer service agent for an airline.
For an airline?
Yeah.
Which one? Are we allowed to mention it?
No.
All right, then we won't. Well, you won't be drumming up in business tonight. Good to have you here. Hello, Danielle.
Okay.
Hello.
Are you a customer service agent for anyone that you can't mention either?
No.
No? Now, I know that you're taking a break from your vet studies.
Yes. I still classify myself as a student though.
Do you?
Yep.
How long have you been on your break?
6 months.
Oh,
Also.
that's nothing. Yeah, that still qualifies as a break.
Yeah.
Why were the vet studies so
It's very
heavy?
Very full on.
Very full on?
Yeah.
Is this the first break that you've had since school?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, you deserve a break.
I
Welcome
know,
to the show.
I know, thank you.
Hello, Chrissie.
Hi, how you going?
Good, honey. You've got eyes that remind me of Danielle Bentley, who many of our viewers know because Danielle's been on the show many times. What does Chrissie do?
I work in HR and office management in a real estate company.
Ooh, I bet you those blokes really love you being there. HR, what does that mean? You get to place everybody?
Yeah, so a bit of recruiting, do up all the contracts.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
What's the real estate market like at the moment?
Oh, I don't sell, so...
You don't care?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Welcome to the show, love.
Thanks.
You've been here before, Yvonne.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How's your studies going?
Good, yes. Still non-existent. I have deferred again. Well, still.
And what are you doing when you're not studying?
Well, I train horses. I train endurance horses, and
You didn't tell us that last time.
I didn't. I also didn't tell you I'm also a care and disability.
Really?
Yeah.
Good girl. See? Brains and beauty all on this panel tonight. Welcome, ladies. Here we go with our first letter that comes to us from Juliet of Neutral Bay in New South Wales. Dear Mitch and panel, haven't we had enough of the shocking victimisation of our royal couple by the media? First of all, they hound Princess William's mother, the beautiful Diana, to her death. And now they're starting it all again in this generation with the publication of the topless photos of Princess Kate whilst on holidays in France. This is just more appalling behaviour by the irresponsible media hounds. Why does society continue to support gossip magazines that perpetrate such ghastly acts against such good people? And how do we stop the media feeding frenzy before it costs more lives? As we said, Juliet, Neutral Bay. Danielle, is it really such a feeding frenzy? Was she fair game? She was topless out there in France. She's the next queen and she didn't take any responsibility.
Yes, I agree.
However,
I agree with Juliet. However, the malicious media is obviously because we support it. But we drive it. Well, human nature, you know, we are nosy and intrigued by other people's lives. Not just by media, but...
Were you keen to have a look at the photos once you heard they were out there?
No, not at all.
You weren't? You're not curious about the future future Queen of England's...
Do you know what?
She's got a nice rack, let's face it. She's a lovely looking lady with a fantastic blonde.
I think there is far more interesting news.
I tend to agree. Like? Do you buy those magazines?
No, I don't.
You don't buy...
No.
What do you buy? Okay.
I buy books.
Oh. But the rest of
magazines.
Australia, we are the magazine capital of the world.
Yeah, we are.
And if they were for publication in Australia, we would be knocking down the doors of the news agencies to get our hands on them. Is there anything wrong with that?
No. It's just, like I said, it's human nature. That's what
Curiosity
we are.
factor.
Curiosity, intrigued. We want to know what's going on with other people's lives. Even by Facebook, Twitter, blogs, not even just media, social media as well. We are always interested in someone else's life. It's just how we are.
We do. But you're right, I take your point. There are far more deserved news items that we should be concentrating on than this sort of stuff. Why is it such a curiosity, Vanessa? Are you curious too?
I am. Well, we're all very curious creatures. I think that's what us human beings are, exactly. But when you opt to be in the limelight, I think that's a responsibility that comes with it. If you want to be a singer, if you want to be an actor, like that's your chosen career, to be in the limelight.
You know they're going to hound you.
Exactly. Like I'm interested in what they're wearing and what makeup they have on and what they're going to name their child. If it's going to be named Cherry or I don't know. You get interested.
Whether they like it or not, they're role models or...
Exactly. The only thing I don't agree with, I was brought up in an English household and my whole entire family is English, so...
are you all monarchists? Do you all support the royalty?
Exactly, yeah. I love the royal family.
So did you feel like you'd been slighted when the French press had got a hold of these photos?
I was really upset, to tell you the truth, and so was my family. Like, it's just...
upset?
No, yeah, because I see them as like a respectable family, and they are the face of like the nation of Great Britain. So it's just... I thought it was really disrespectful of the media to start hounding them like they did Diana.
Well, she's got to take some responsibility.
Of course, yeah, I agree that you shouldn't be.
She didn't do anything wrong, and really, that sort of behaviour or that sort of activity is very normal now.
Yeah.
And it's just playing to the tastes of,
Well, they are younger generations as well.
Normal.
Of course, exactly, it is normal, but I do think that the media should know their place and have some respect for people that
the British media ain't going to do that.
No, they're not going to. No, I agree.
Ain't going to do that, but isn't it her responsibility to cover up, knowing she's the future Queen of England? If she doesn't want this sort of thing to be affecting the institution, she should take it on herself and say, nah, I'm wearing a bikini top. I mean, weigh it up. Bikini top or the monarchy. Bikini ain't a big decision for me.
Oh, see, I disagree because from what I've heard, I actually haven't read much about it. I've heard about it. I didn't want to know. But from what I've heard, it was someone
People are starving in the world and we're talking about a bikini top.
Well, apparently this paparazzi was over 1 kilometre away. They're in a private place.
Fantastic.
I think it's a breach of privacy, and it's us as the public that are buying these magazines, and that's why they keep doing it. They're getting paid the big bucks for these kind of photos.
So you didn't go out, you didn't buy a magazine?
No.
And it's no big deal?
No.
No? The invasion of privacy, is it, huge on a scale of 1 to 10, or is it just, that's what happens?
I think that's huge, yes. I think it was completely inappropriate.
Inappropriate by?
By the paparazzi.
But she's one of the high profilers who left herself open.
She was hidden away in a compound.
Did they break any laws?
I don't know how peeping Tom laws, especially in the UK. I don't know how much it is over there. But
Don't know. I don't think it would be a major law that they broke. I don't think anyone's going to be locked up over it. All right. Come on, Vanessa. Yvonne.
Well, I personally hate media saturation and exploitation. I think it is just so boring and so dull. I don't care about any of this at all. If she wants to get her tits out, that's great. She's a human, go for it. I mean, she probably didn't want tan lines. It's understandable. Why would she want tan lines in her beautiful, $10,000 dress? I would much prefer to read a much more exciting story about a real life person that has done something real.
Much ado about nothing.
What is that?
Much ado about nothing, this media beat up.
Yeah, it's so boring. Exactly. Why not read about somebody that actually made a difference in the world and did something, respectable and something that we can follow and make an example of? That's just my
I'm with you. Much ado about nothing for me. When we come back, we're going to get our teeth stuck into a good little issue, gay marriage. Whether it's actually supported by the gay community or not. And most of it is, but there's a subsection that doesn't support it. When we come back, gay marriage. Don't go away. See you soon. Yay! Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to the address that's appearing on your screen right now, or it should be. Here it is, there it is. And it's letters@sweetandsour.net.au, and for every letter that we receive and we do discuss with the panel, we're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of the very gorgeous Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is Beasts of the Southern Wild, and the girls have all seen it and they all tell me it's fantastic. And if you'd like to give us a like on Facebook as well, here it is coming up right now. There it is. Click on that, give us a like, and we'd appreciate it. That's terrific. Dear Sweet and Sour, I'm gay. Nothing I can do about it, nothing I want to do about it. I'm happy. I don't understand why all of you, however, think 100% of gay people believe gay marriage is appropriate, because I don't. I don't like the concept of marriage at all for anyone. It was just an economic construct to divide up property when it started, and it became so entrenched over the thousands of years, it's now a huge cultural icon that's carrying far more significance than it deserves. Sure, it also simplified parenting and family lineage, but it really has so many variations that anything called traditional marriage has a different definition wherever you apply it. Muslims can have 4 wives, Mormons can have as many as they like. We just put too much emphasis on this institution, and the gay and lesbian community wants to embroil itself in this rubbish? Well, I don't. It's ridiculous, and I have so many friends that agree. So many social problems to deal with in this wonderful nation of ours, and now we create another one out of nowhere. Forget it. It's a joke on all of us, and it comes to us from Perry of St Kilda in Victoria. Yvonne, first to you.
Firstly, Perry, I just wanted to say, I know you said that 100%, or people think that 100% of gay people believe that marriage is appropriate. I mean, I never ever thought that. I never thought that every single gay person wanted to get married. I've got gay friends that choose not to be married as well. It's their own personal decision. But I suppose what I really wanted to say was, I guess it's not the actual idea of marriage that they want. It's not necessarily what marriage entails or what anything has to do with marriage. It's that they just want equality. They want the same rights. They want to be able to do it if they choose to. It's not necessarily what marriage is, but it's what it represents. It's just being able to have the same equality. It's a campaign for equality. Yeah, exactly. They just want to, you know, if they do choose to get married, the choice is there for them. And yeah, I think, you know, that's probably why the gay and lesbian community would want to get involved with that, not necessarily because they did want to get married, but yeah.
And so is it a question of rights? Do you feel that they haven't got that right and it's something that they ought to have?
I don't know. For me personally, I'm a little bit on the fence with that because I believe that, you know, if it does state that marriage is between a man and a woman, I suppose that's the church's right to uphold that if they want to.
But this is not a church debate. The church comes into it because the church is an advocate of just keeping it at the traditional understanding.
Yeah.
But this is a secular debate about whether our country, our nation, should have laws in place that says marriage is for everybody. You can marry whoever you like. So that's the question.
Yeah, I guess, but I think that there are other ways to be legally bound to each other. I mean, you can be legally bound without getting married, and so I don't think that there's any restrictions with that at all. Yeah.
Chrissie, where do you stand on this one?
Okay, I think it's been in the media a lot lately because they want to legalise it, and it isn't so much because we think every gay person wants to be married, it's because we want everyone to have equal opportunities, like what Yvonne said. So it doesn't matter your sexual orientation, we want everyone to have a fair go.
So it's just about a fair go?
It is, yes.
Nothing wrong with any of this. So people can be as ridiculous as they like if this is ridiculous, if they choose, you know, this bloke thinks that marriage is ridiculous for everybody. But we do live in a fairly free society. You know, it's up to people to decide whether what they want to be ridiculous or not. Where do you stand on this one?
Well, it's a very tough issue.
Why? Why is it tough?
Here in this letter, he's written, it was just an economic construct to divide up property when it started. However, I think that's what it is now. It's become, you know, even de facto relationships is an economic construct to divide up.
Maybe it hasn't
property.
Changed that much.
I believe that it's not what it is today. Like marriage does not stand for what it did.
What should it stand for?
I believe it should stand for, you know, a commitment, and it should tie a couple together to strengthen their relationship.
So why should gays be denied that?
Well,
because they have just as strong a relationship as any other traditional couple.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I don't think that they should necessarily be, you know, not allowed to be married. Like Chrissie said, everyone has their own equal rights, and we do live in a democracy, and we should all have the rights to freedom and our own speech. So, yeah, I believe that it's just between a couple with the, you know, I do.
Irrespective of what sex they are.
Yeah.
Irrespective of. Vanessa, is this debate going to be something that we're going to be laughing about when we're looking back in 20 years' time and saying, I don't believe we actually had to have that debate for us to realise this is common sense? Or is there something that we're all missing? Where do you stand on
I really think it's going to be something that we laugh about in the future. I think that, I also have a lot of gay friends, and I really do think they deserve the rights as everyone else, but I agree with what he's saying, that not everyone wants to get married, and that's fine. If you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married. I personally believe in marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing that a couple can do just to step up their relationship and really commit to one another for the long term. But I don't think it's right that there's some people in our society that aren't allowed to do that. I don't think that's right, because just because that you love someone that's the same sex as you, you're not allowed to show the same love as what I would be allowed to my partner. I think that's ridiculous.
There are a lot of people that should be denied the right to marriage, but I don't think it's got to do with what sex you are.
Exactly.
Anyway, good discussion. When we come back, we're going to be talking about an extension of this. How do you know if it's the right one? How do you know whether you should be saying yes to the bloke or the woman that asks you to get married? We'll see what the girls have got to say when we come back. More of Sweet and Sour. Don't go away. We'll see you then.
For sweet and sour sauce, mixed a little bit of tomato sauce, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of oyster sauce, sugar and a bit of chilli sauce. But if that sounds a little bit too hard for you, just tune in next week.
It's elevated music in the background, isn't it? Anyway, here we go. Hi, Sweet and Sour panellists. How do I know if I'm in love? I know I feel great when I'm with him, and I love his company, and I say that I love him. We've been together for more than 18 months. I miss him when he's not around, but is it love? It's funny, but I feel the same sort of thing for my little dog, Billy. My boyfriend has asked me to marry him, and I'm sure I want to get married one day, but I see so many couples that break up. Yet all of them started by thinking that they were in love, and they finished on the trash heap and traumatised. So how do I know if he's the right one? How do I know if I should say yes? I'm 23, he's 26, and we've also never had a fight. And he's waiting for my answer. It excites me, but it makes me so anxious. Is this normal? Cassie of Ferndale in WA. Chrissie, you're first up on this one. How do you know if you're in love, hun? Have you been in love?
Yes, I have been in love.
Are you still in love?
Always.
Always. Always.
No, I think, you know, it's a very complicated emotion. I think what she's got to think about is how would she feel if he wasn't there anymore. And then
she'd miss him. She said she'd miss him.
Well, exactly. Well, if he wasn't in her life, you know, if it's unimaginable, then she's in love with him. But her negativity against marriage, she's got to understand that it's hard work, and maybe these people in her life that have fallen apart haven't worked at the marriage.
Marriages do fall apart, and you're saying that they fall apart because people haven't worked.
They don't work hard at the relationship.
They don't work hard at the relationship. Is that a different thing to falling in love?
No, but it's keeping love.
It's keeping. You've got to work at keeping love.
Exactly.
Yvonne, you got to work at keeping love?
Yes, you definitely do, but I think it needs to be there in the first place as well.
Does she have it? Does Cassie of Ferndale have it?
It doesn't sound like you really love him. I mean,
same sort of thing for my little dog, Billy.
Exactly, that's what I thought. It made me laugh very loud when I read that because
very cute.
It's very cute, but it's like you'd love a good friend or you'd love a little brother or something like that. It doesn't sound like real genuine love.
What's real genuine love though? Having all the hormones racing?
Oh, definitely. I mean, having real genuine love is knowing that this person is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, again, I'm really young, but so are you. You need to go out.
You never know that though, do you? You want to spend the rest of your life with him at this point in time, but 5 years down the track, you might not.
But it doesn't even sound like she wants to spend the rest of her life with him right now. I mean,
she doesn't know how to make a decision.
Yeah, well, it sounds like she's on the fence, and I think
How do you make that decision?
Well, you either know that you love that person and want to be with them, or you don't. If you're not 100% into it, I personally wouldn't go there. Yeah, unless you really want to work for it and you really think that you could love him, I just wouldn't go there.
There's a lot of people who spend their life in indecision because they just can't commit to the decision process. Is she one of these people who will always be overwhelmed by her anxiety?
I think that if you found the right person, you'd know. I think that for me, it's just black and white. For me, it's yes, this person's great, or no, this person's wrong for me. And that's just what it is. And if you love somebody like you love a little dog, then it doesn't really sound like it's proper love.
Vanessa, is this person right for her or not?
I think what we have to remember here is that they've only been together for 18 months. I'm sorry, that isn't long enough.
Not long enough?
Not long enough.
You don't believe in love at first sight then?
I do, but...
However.
Yeah, however, no, I do believe in love at first sight, but you do need to learn a lot about that person. I was in a relationship for 3.5 years, and I still wasn't thinking about marriage. Like, no, that wasn't happening. And it was because I needed to know what this person would be like to live with, and I needed to know what this person, what morals they had, what values they had. In 18 months, I still feel that you're in the little honeymoon period where you're just like, oh, I love you, you're so pretty. Like, no, you're still in that.
So you say stretch it out and put them through the trial
Exactly,
first.
That's what I think.
Know if they're a long-termer by giving them a long term to start.
Exactly, and but I love my dog as much
Well, he wouldn't have too many marriages.
Everyone was my ex, so.
Danielle, give them a long trial or not a long trial?
I disagree with Vanessa.
You're not
and
overly
Yvonne.
romantic, Vanessa, are you?
You know, I agree that people can fall in love under 18 months. Everyone has different ways of reading their own emotion and feeling, but I believe when things hit the fan, you will still love that person and you will still work through it with them and you will still commit to them. I think that's when you know you love someone, that you don't want to lose them and you will keep working forward to be with them and love them.
Hard,
yeah,
you got to.
Yeah, it does get extremely hard. But like I've watched
and you forget sometimes that you love them.
Yeah.
But take everything else away.
But that's, when, like I said, when things hit the fan, you still love them and you are patient, you are kind, you are compassionate, and you are honest with them. And I think that's, like I said, everyone will read their own emotions differently to anyone else.
I want to know why you wouldn't give this letter the pair of sunglasses for being the best letter of the night. You don't like this letter, do you?
Well, no one can answer if she's in love. That's why
she has to make a decision.
Yeah, she has to make her own decision, and that's why I wouldn't give her the sunglasses because
sorry, Cassie,
we can't decide for that. We are giving you our opinion, but it's
Which
up to
one
her.
do you like? Which letter do you like?
Letter 1.
Letter 1 about? What was letter 1 about?
Malicious media.
Oh, the royal couple.
Yeah. No, because it is something that is...
Vanessa, do you like letter 1 or letter 3 or letter 2?
I like letter 1.
You like royal watchers. Okay, this side of the panel?
Yeah, letter 1.
Right. Okay, final word?
I liked letter 1 and 2. I liked letter 2 because it was controversial.
But it's so controversial that it's too much.
It's very controversial and it gave us a lot to talk about.
I don't like giving royal anything. So, but coming out to Juliet of Neutral Bay of New South Wales, courtesy of the girls tonight, nothing to do with me. Pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Alon Treves and Aussie Opticals. We've got to go, ladies. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
Have fun? You want to come back?
Definitely.
All right.
If you have me back.
All good?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies on this side?
Yep.
Enjoy
definitely.
it?
Oh yeah, love it.
All right. Thank all of our ladies from Crazy Sexy Cool. Thank our wonderful panel. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye. Da-da, da-da.